All right, so I've already done one video about what I felt were the best credit cards to get your credit started, such as a secured credit card. And I already did another video about credit cards in general for this year, 2021. And I think I'm going to round it out by talking about the best cash back credit cards that you can get thus far for September 2021. So obviously, this was updated very recently, August 27th. So up until now, these are the best possible options that you can get when it comes to cashback credit cards or cashback cards. So first of all, let's understand something about cashback. Cashback is an incentive that the banks or the credit card agencies use in order to get you to use a credit card and in order to get you to purchase things with that credit card. And what they do is they basically offer you either rewards or points, or they offer you cash back. Now, the problem is that most people do not have the, how should I say, discipline to pay back their balance every single night. I have that discipline, and that's one of the reasons why I have an 850 credit score. Now, the people who don't pay off their credit cards immediately, the people who are running balances that are revolving every single week, every single month, those people end up paying fees. They end up paying this APR. That's the interest that they're charging you on the money per year. These people end up paying that because they aren't disciplined enough to pay off the bill in its entirety on a nightly basis. So ultimately, if you are a person like me who's disciplined enough to pay off your balance immediately rather than waiting till the end of the month and incurring a revolving debt charge, these people who don't pay their bills are subsidizing you. Now, I'm not going to take too long to do this because there's no point in me taking a very long time in doing this. So I'm just going to run down what they consider to be the best cards. I like looking at these websites like Forbes and Yahoo because a lot of times they do have some decent information. Sometimes it's buried in a lot of, minutia and whatnot. So I'm not going to take a very long time to run this down. If you watched my other two videos that I made recently about credit cards, and I'm going to provide the links, you'll see that I have a methodology for picking cards on my own. First of all, I refuse to pay annual fees. Second, because I travel, I refuse to pay foreign transaction fees. Third, I pay off my balance every night, so the APR that they quote doesn't really matter to me because I never hold on to a balance. And the last thing, fourth, I don't do any balance transfer. So even if they offer you a balance transfer, typically I'm not going to ever really actually use it. All right, so they're saying Chase Freedom Flex. This is a card I think my mom actually has. They're saying that a welcome bonus is $200. So just for signing up, you basically get $200. Okay. There's probably a caveat. It says earn $200 after you spend $500 on purchases in your first 3 months. So basically, this is really good. The reason why is because let's say you were about to buy something that cost $500. If you have the cash and you get this card to use it, the card will not cost you anything because there's no annual fee. So you spend that $500 immediately. You buy on the card, let's say a television. Let's say you're going to buy a 75-inch television for $550. You buy that television. You're going to get $200 back. But the cash that you had for saved up for that television, you have to take it and buy the television, pay it off on the card immediately. So if you have the discipline to pay that balance off immediately, you will walk away with $200 just for spending $500. Now, they also say that you can earn 5% cash back on up to $1,500 in combined purchases. Okay, and then they tell you to read more. 5% on travel purchased through Chase, 3% on dining at restaurants and drugstores, 1% on all eligible purchases. So the bottom line is, and this is going to continue, so I just want you to understand the methodology. The money that I'm spending is money that I'd be spending anyway. When I use my credit card and I do get cash back or rewards, the money is money I would have already been spending. So if I'm buying gasoline, I'm getting money back anyway. If I'm purchasing groceries, I'm getting money that I would have spent anyway. If I purchase clothing, I'm getting back money I would have spent anyway. So the point is, you're not overspending. You're going to spend the same amount of money that you would have normally spent. The difference is you're using the credit card in order to get rewards and points and travel points and whatnot. But you're taking your cash and you're paying it off immediately. Normally, your cash is slowly declining in value due to the fact that inflation is causing prices to rise. We know that this is true because when you look around, gas prices are higher, food prices are higher, hotel prices are higher, rent prices are higher, house prices are higher. You get the point. So we're only spending money that we would normally spend, and we're doing our best to get as much in cash back or travel points or whatever it is you choose that you want. That's your reward for being disciplined to pay off your balance immediately. No annual fee, $200 back if you spend $500 within the first 3 months. The APR again is between 14 and 23. I don't really care. They say you have to have excellent credit, and part of this you'll understand. Certain banks require you have excellent credit to take out their credit cards. Chase wants you to have between a 700 and a 749. So that's just what it is. If you're going to use their credit cards from specific banks, and Chase has tried to make themselves a prime high-interest bank, you're going to have decent credit for it. All right, number 2, they say the Citi Custom Cash Card. This has a welcome bonus too of $200. This is Citibank this time. If you spend $750 on purchases in the first 3 months. So let's say you were about to buy something that's close to $1,000 or somewhere around $800, between $800 and $1,000, and you have the cash. You take out this card, you go buy it, you'll get $200 back. This is a one-time thing. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. However, let's see. There's no annual fee, so that's good so far. The same APR, 14 to 24. You have to have good credit with Citibank in order to get this card. But they say that the cons are the high balance transfer fees. We're not going to worry about that because we're not trying to transfer balances. That's a bad idea. Unless you're really, really good with finances, it's a bad idea to do balance transfer fees. High foreign transaction fees. Well, right there, that's a problem for me. I travel. I don't like foreign transaction fees. Eligible bonus cashback categories are limited. Oh, that might be a problem. They say the eligible bonus cashback categories. So they're saying that certain categories do not allow you to get certain amounts of cash back. Most of these cards do the same thing. Sometimes they'll say 5% travel, 3% on regular purchases, 2% on regular purchases. So there's caveats with this. However, they did point out that, yeah, you get no annual fee, and the introductory APR is decent. So that means that, but see, here's the problem. I don't worry about the APR because I never buy something I can't pay off immediately. Next, Blue Cash Preferred Card from American Express. American Express is always going to give you problems. And I'll tell you like this. American Express, most people do not like using those cards because of the high transaction fees, especially abroad. So in the old days, in the 80s, American Express used to be the big name. Now it's Visa and MasterCard. They have lower fees. They're saying the welcome bonus is up to $350. So they're saying you earn 6% cash back at U.S. supermarkets on up to $6,000 per year in purchases, and then it's 1%. So up to $6,000 you get 6%, but after that it's 1%. Earn 6% cash back on select U.S. streaming subscriptions. Earn 3% cash back on transit. And at U.S. gas stations, earn 1% cash back on other purchases. They say you have to have good credit, 700 again, same APR, 14 to 23 variable. The problem here is there's an annual fee. $0 immediately for the first year. Now they want $95 a year. I'm not paying you to use your card, period. I'm not paying you. 6% cash back at U.S. supermarkets is capped at $6,000, so that's one of the cons. 2.7% foreign transaction fee. Well, some cards give you no foreign transaction fees. That's what you're looking at if you're a person who travels like me. Then it says a very high cash advance fee. Let's understand what cash advance is. One time I was in China, and I had to go to a bank. I believe it was HSBC. What happened was, and I was in Shanghai, China at the time. My luggage had been lost, and I needed some cash, and I needed it quick because I was waiting for the airport to give me my luggage. I went into the bank, and they gave me a cash advance of US dollars, but it was exchanged into renminbi. That's the Chinese currency. And cash advance fees tend to be high on certain cards. Now, if you're dealing with a foreign transaction fee that's already high, and then you're talking about cash advances, what they're basically saying is, oh, you need some money? Okay, we'll give you some money, but we're going to charge you a lot for it. So that might be an issue. So they're saying a very high cash advance fee. Let's see what they say. Um, let's see. They say gives you the option to select purchases of 100 or split it up in monthly payments. 1% cash back. Okay, these are the cash backs. I don't see them say what the high cash advance fee is, but if they're telling, oh, okay, see rates and fees. All right, let's see. What is the cash advance? 25%. These bastards, look at that. 25%. So just for you just borrowing a little bit of money off that card, they're charging you 25.24%. So if you borrow just $100 in that whole year of cash advance, you're going to pay back 125, damn near $126 if you don't pay that shit off immediately. That's the APR. No, thank you. But again, some people travel a lot. Some people will swallow up these fees using their business, and they'll get their CPA to take care of it for them. So as long as you're not using this for personal use, I mean, it's up to you. Some people like American Express because American Express protects your purchases. Like if you buy something and it arrives to you broken and then the manufacturer says they're not taking it back, American Express actually usually has insurance on certain things, and they'll actually pay it off, or they'll pay the cost of it, or whatever it is. All right, Discover It cash back. I have had negative experience with Discover, and that was partially my fault because I ran up a bill and I didn't pay it back, and I ended up getting garnished for like $5,000. But after I paid it off, I basically threw away Discover. I stopped using them. So what they're saying is they have a cashback match. So they're saying earn 5% cash back on everyday purchases, especially each quarter, like Amazon, grocery stores, restaurants, gas stations, when you use a PayPal, up to the quarterly maximum when you activate. So they have a cashback match. They have 0 annual fee. So far, so good. 11 to 22%. So this APR is slightly lower. It's about 2% lower. Again, I don't care. 700 credit score you have to have. So that's an issue for, this is something for somebody who's already got decent credit. 5% cash back on quarterly rotating spending categories. Discover will automatically match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. No minimum cash back redemption. 5% bonus cash back rate is limited to $1,500 per quarter in spending. So they're not stupid. They're not going to let you spend thousands upon thousands of dollars a month and then match your cash back. No, they're limiting you to $1,500. So as long as you read the pros and cons, it's really easy to see the game that they're playing here. But hey, that's just what it is. Discover and American Express, I group in basically the same category. These things are usually not accepted everywhere you go. These things are usually high fees, and they always have something going on. They always have some little game that they're playing. Okay, so we got Savor Rewards from Capital One. Savor Rewards. I think this is for people who eat out a lot. Yeah, Savor as in best for dining and entertainment. So if you're the type of guy who takes your wife on dates a lot, this might be a good card. So they say there's no annual. Oh shit, there's a $95 annual fee. That's a problem. So the answer is no. Not for me. 4% cash back on eligible categories. Entertainment is a rare rewards category. No foreign transaction fees. That's one thing I like. Unlimited reward earnings. Okay. But there's no annual. There is an annual fee. No introductory APR. I don't care about the APR because, again, I pay off my balance every night. I can't say that enough. That's the main thing you got to understand. Higher standard APR. Once again, I don't care about the APR because I pay off my balance every night. So if you're the type of person who eats out a lot and you take your wife to movies and plays and golf and tennis and all that shit, this is the card you might want to consider. Amazon Prime. Now, first of all, with every single Amazon Prime card, the biggest problem automatically is if you're not a member of Amazon or Amazon Prime, chances are you're only going to get a $0 annual fee as long as you have Prime membership, and now you have to pay for the Prime membership. Technically, that is a fee. And as far as I know, me personally, I'm not a member of Amazon Prime. I'm not sure how much it costs. I could look it up. Why not? Okay, Amazon Prime membership cost. $12.99 a month. So for $12.99 a month times 12 months, you're paying over $144 a year for Amazon Prime. So the answer is no. So, but here's the thing though. For me, this is a no. I don't buy much from Amazon. I buy everything from eBay. But if you're the type of person who spends a lot of money on Amazon Prime, this is the card for you. So they say pros and cons. No intro APR. 5% back excludes non-US Amazon sites. APR can be high depending on your credit worthiness. High balance transfer fees. Now they say you get Visa signature benefits, unlimited 5% back at Amazon and Whole Foods. I don't shop at Whole Foods and I don't shop at Amazon. This is the type of card for one of these new age millennial hippies who buys everything off of Amazon and shops at Whole Foods. And typically when you see a Whole Foods, typically there's going to be a Trader Joe's and there's going to be a fucking Home Goods somewhere around there. That's like the trifecta of your average millennial hippie or hipster. I think that's the appropriate term, hipster. That's where they shop. Congratulations while you're buying food at a 22% APR from the what is it called? What do they call it? The Atkins diet aisle or no thank you. No thank you. All right, Capital One Walmart rewards card. Obviously, this must be for people who shop at Walmart. Okay, so it says base reward weight of 1% could be better. 1% is not that great. Really, 2% is a lot better. But you're only getting 1% because the annual fee is 0. If you have an annual fee, usually they'll give you 2, 3, 4, 5, or something like that. So they say 5% cash back for the first 12 months. They say earn 5% back on Walmart.com and in the Walmart app, including grocery pickup and delivery. Okay. This is good for people who don't have great credit. So this starts at $650, goes up to $699. This is for the average person who doesn't have great credit and shops at Walmart. No annual fee or transaction fee. See, that's one thing I like about Capital One. I can trust them not to have these foreign transaction fees. They've been good by me. Applicants with average credit may qualify. Okay, yeah, that's a good thing too. So if you have shitty credit, this is a good way to build your credit. Capital One usually makes me very happy with this. 2% cash back on restaurants and travel. That's another good thing. So this is actually better than my Capital One Venture card because on my Capital One Venture, I think I only get like 1.75% travel points or whatever, or 1.75 points. This is actually not bad. They just want you to use this a lot. Again, I don't care about any of the APR stuff. I don't pay late. U.S. Bank Cash plus Visa Signature Card. There's a lot of cards here. All right, so annual fee 0. Let's see, no annual fee, intro APR. But this one has foreign transaction fees, balance transfers, which I don't do. It says 5% cash back is limited to the 2,000. So just like the Discover, as you can see, they don't want to have to pay you tremendously large amounts of money back. They're going to limit you on a month-to-month basis to either the first Discover was $1,500, this one is $2,000. Okay, so once you understand the logic behind this, it actually makes a lot of sense. All you got to do is really read the pros and cons. I'm going to speed through some of these. As far as this card, the foreign transaction fees I got a problem with, so that's not for me. HSBC, no traditional welcome bonus, so they're only giving you they give you 3% cash back. 3% cash back in the first year is limited to $10,000. I spend more than $10,000 on my credit card in a year. 3% is nice though, but for some people who spend more, that might be a problem, because if you're spending all your money on your credit card and then paying it off, chances are you're going to spend more than $10,000. All right, simple 1.5% cash back earning on all spending, no annual fee, that's good. No foreign transaction fee, that's good. Complimentary Shop Runner membership. I don't know much about Shop Runner, so okay. Mobile phone protection. Most cards have some type of protections. Now this one, if they're offering you a mobile phone protection, okay, that might be pretty good for some people. I mean, I have a $1,700 iPhone, so I don't mind that. Okay, earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on all purchases. Earn an introductory 3% in the first 12 months up to $10,000. No annual fee, no foreign transaction fee, $0 liability for unauthorized purchases. Most cards do not hold you accountable if somebody steals your card and starts purchasing shit. So this is good if you have to worry about somebody taking your wallet and going out on a spending spree. Okay, Alliant Cash Back. They give this a 3 stars. So they're saying no annual fee, no intro APR, no welcome bonus, companion savings account, minimum daily balance required to earn the maximum rate. So the daily balance that you have to have. Ooh. Okay, when you pay for your trip, you'll have $250,000 of travel insurance. I use Expedia. Expedia gives me travel insurance for like $100. Let's see. Cashback can be redeemed at a minimum of $25 per redemption transaction. A true cashback card earn up to 2.5% cashback with no categories to track up to $10,000. Yeah, so again, they're imposing limits. It says up to $5,000 of identity theft protection. Well, honestly, most credit cards right now, they already have some levels of identity theft built in. Chances are, if somebody really steals your identity, either they're going to only steal a small percentage. I've had identity theft happen to me twice with debit cards. None of my cards were ever stolen from me. It's just that they used the numbers somehow. The bank recognized it right away. The bank called me up. The bank put my card on hold. I got my money back, no problem. So either you're going to have small amounts of theft or you're going to have extremely large amounts of theft. So either they're going to steal little or they're going to steal really big. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think you necessarily should be paying extra for personal identity theft protection. I don't think you really should have to pay extra for that. Now, when it comes to insurance, yeah, travel insurance is always good because you may have to cancel flights, especially in the wake of COVID. So, this is not too bad, but they do say if you regularly rack up your monthly balance, the 2.5% return is hard to beat. The downsides are that excellent credit is needed. So you're talking about 750 to 850. I can get it, but I have no reason to go for this card. I have Apple Card. I have Capital One Venture. Now they say the last one, Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card. Again, this one says you got to have good credit. Why we picked it, it says the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express combines compelling bonus categories and a lack of fees. Navy Federal Credit Union membership is required, so you got to be a member of the Federal Credit Union. But it's easier to get than you might realize. One thing I should say is, if you are starting out and you're new and you're into banking and you're getting a bank account, you should join a credit union. It'll make it so that it's easier for you to get, especially if you're paying direct debit from your bank that gives you your checks for your job to a credit union. They will make it so that it's easier for you to get used car loans, new car loans, and they'll also even make it slightly easier for you to get home loans. Problem is, most of these corporations bought up all goddamn houses, so you ain't finding nothing to buy. You're not finding a starter house anywhere below $400,000 right now, depending upon where you live. I live in New York, so that's just what it is. Okay, so it says earn 15,000 points, a $250 value. That's not bad. When you spend 2,000 within 90 days. So this is good if you planned on buying something and you have the cash to pay it right back. 9.65% to 18 is pretty good. Notice that they have one of the lower APRs. Earn 3x points on restaurants and food delivery. Earn 3x points on supermarkets, gas, and transit. earn 1x points on everything else. This is actually a very good card, in my opinion, because I, buy gas and I do go to supermarkets and I do go to restaurants. I don't really do food delivery though. Then it says up to 25% off car rentals plus car rental loss and damage insurance. That's not bad. Entertainment access. Get early access to purchase tickets for shows, sports, and concerts. Early access. Now, I'm not sure how they handle that, but that actually sounds really good. So they say that this is best for military members. Usually military members get a lot of freebies and good things thrown at them. So this card is actually pretty good for a military member if you're a military member. So that's basically it. These are the cards that I just ran through. And thus far, the one I think I like the most is the Capital One Walmart and the Chase Freedom Flex. And definitely Navy Federal More Rewards Credit Union. Unfortunately, you have to be a military member, which I am not. So, once again, if you are building your credit, the main thing is you got to remember, you're going to need credit cards. Make sure you get credit cards that have no annual fee. If you're a person who travels, make sure they have no foreign transaction fees. Make sure that you pay off your balance every single night. Do not run revolving balances. Only spend what you have enough money to pay off immediately. If you follow these rules, you're going to be fine. And let me tell you something. One of the reasons why I decided to do this video is because I've noticed there's a lot of these fake gurus. And these guys, they read the information, but these people don't understand it internally very well. So they'll push you in a direction which may or may not be a good direction. As a person who sells houses, who's refinanced people's houses, and who has a perfect, flawless credit score, who also travels abroad to other countries, I give out my information this way because I feel that I'm doing a service when I do it. I'm not one of these fake gurus. I don't have a flashy fucking advertisements and Lamborghinis and shit in the background to take your attention away off of the fact that I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have none of that. So my thing is, if you do what I'm telling you to do, you can build your credit pretty quickly. One of the cards that's not here is Apple Card, and that's because they don't consider Apple Card good for cash back, because the problem is you only get 3% back if you're buying Apple products, and other than that you only get like 1%, or if you're lucky you'll get 2 or 3% on one of their affiliates. I like Apple Card because if you're the type of person who has an iPhone, Apple Card, along with the ecosystem for Apple iPhone, Apple iPad, and your Apple Watch, is really good. But once again, because of the reduced amount of cash back, they're not going to mention Apple Card here. So that's it. The last video I did was about secured credit cards, and the other one I did was about the best credit cards of 2021. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you learned a bit about my methodology for picking decent cards. The credit for this goes to Caroline Lupini, and it says Caroline Lupini is the credit card and travel analyst for Forbes Advisor. Here's my thing, Caroline. I want to see your credit scores. I want to see all 3 of them. I want to make sure they're all over 800, because if you got anything lower than 800, I'm afraid I can't trust you. Because you got to understand, you're dealing with a guy who's got an 850, and But again, the credit goes to Caroline Lupini. I would like to see her credit score. Something tells me I never will. But if she happens to see this video, hopefully she could make a video and share it with us, maybe. But this is a very good article. All of the important information is all at the bottom. You can learn what fees, APR, cashback rate, all this stuff is at the bottom. It explains everything very, very succinctly. It has the photos. It has the pictures. It has the full written out portion for you to read. So since I've already gone over it, I don't have to do it again. If you're interested, go for it. One other thing I'm going to say, you should not be opening more than 2 credit cards every 3 years. The more credit cards and the more credits you open, car loans, home loans, whatever, that actually counts against your credit, because they're saying that you're taking out more and more debt. So every 3 years, that's That should be your baseline for when you get new cards or when you get new lines of credit. Okay? So basically, that's it. Hopefully, you learned something from all of this. If there are questions, you can ask them. If I've helped you build your credit, if I've helped you improve your score, you can make comments and whatnot. I always appreciate hearing from people I've helped make money. I've given out my advice for free, unlike these motherfuckers who try to make you pay money for it. And these fake ass gurus and be very careful of these fucking losers who are on YouTube trying to get you to sign up for consultations. Half of these motherfuckers do not know what they're talking about. Half of these motherfuckers have no idea what they're talking about beyond what they've heard. Be very careful. When you see somebody talking about, oh yeah, you have to pay a membership in order to follow me and all that bullshit, listen, there's plenty of information for free that you ain't got to pay for. I got somebody in mind right now who's full of fucking shit, who's absolutely full of fucking bullshit, who tries to scam people and make them pay him money. It's a man, yeah. Make him pay him money just so he can talk some stupid rhetorical bullshit that doesn't help, and he gets to try to walk away with a little bit of cash, but he's full of fucking bullshit. It really bothers me seeing people getting bad advice. It really does. I try to steer people into the best financial planning that they can get, but I don't charge for it. I don't charge for it. And the thing about it is, it bothers me to see these fake ass gurus, especially these fake cryptocurrency motherfuckers. That shit really grinds my gears. So I just have to say it just like that. That's just how I feel about it. Don't pay these motherfuckers. Please. There's plenty of free information. If you got a question, ask it to me. I'll answer that shit for free. Just so I can keep you from paying one of these assholes money. These fake ass, know nothing, rhetoric, shit talking, fake ass gurus. I will answer your questions for free just to prevent you from paying these motherfuckers. Because it bothers me. It really bothers me that there's morons giving out information and fucking people up. Like, for instance, I was watching Bandman Kevo, and this asshole was telling, and this is not the person I'm thinking of, but this guy was telling, oh, you don't need to pay your student loans. And I heard this shit, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, you don't have to pay your student loans? I mean, after all, you ain't worried about your... And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? You're going to say some stupid shit like that? But once again, you got to be really careful taking your information from somebody, people who are scam artists who've done time in jail and prison for scamming. Be very careful about that. Be very careful taking advice from people who don't have shit. Like, for instance, if you're a type of person who doesn't own a house and doesn't have a mortgage paid off, you shouldn't be giving advice on mortgages because you don't know shit. If you're the type of person who doesn't understand what equity actually means, then you shouldn't be giving advice because you don't know shit, you ain't got shit, and you're still in your mama's fucking basement giving out bad advice. If you're the type of person who's, I don't know, fucked up your finances real bad and filed bankruptcy, then maybe you shouldn't be giving advice. It seems to me that people who've, gone through bankruptcy, I think maybe, to some extent they can kind of advise you about the best way to go through bankruptcy. But then again, if you've gone through bankruptcy, that already tells me everything I know about me. That tells me everything I need to know about you. That tells me that you don't know shit and you fucked up. That's what it tells me. So there are certain people who should not be giving this level of advice. Unfortunately, the way the internet is, anybody can give out advice and they don't have to show receipts for it. They don't have to show any receipts. They're living in their mama's fucking basement. They don't have to show receipts. They're living in their parents' house. They don't have to show receipts. That kind of bothers me. It really bothers me. It should bother you too. But that's just that. So that's all I really had to say. So I'm not going to rant anymore because I think I got it out. But if you have questions about any of these 3 videos, please field them, and I'm going to answer them for free. Just to keep you from having to pay some know-nothing
rhetoric talking moron who filed bankruptcy just to keep you from having to pay them money. I'll answer your questions for free.